You let too many things get under your skin. Every harsh word, every minor obstacle, every piece of bad news, you carry it all, letting it drain your energy and steal your peace. The truth is, life will never stop testing you. People will always try to throw you off balance. Problems will keep coming. But here's the hard fact. You will never find real strength or freedom if you react to every little thing. Why is this important? Because every moment you spend bothered is a moment you lose control of your mind, your emotions, your future. The world doesn't reward those who complain or break under pressure. It rewards those who can stand firm, keep their minds steady, and force themselves to remain unbothered. So how do you do it? By learning to pause before you react, by choosing what deserves your attention, and by practicing inner discipline every single day. Watch till the end and learn how to train yourself to be truly unshakable no matter what happens around you. Your mind is your strongest defense. Picture a brave knight getting ready for battle. The world around him is loud and wild. People are shouting, the wind is blowing, and the ground shakes beneath his feet. There are all kinds of dangers out there, flying arrows, heavy swords, and even the fear that creeps into his mind. Before the knight does anything, he reaches for his shield. He knows that with his shield, he can walk forward even when things get hard. No matter how many arrows come his way, the shield will protect him from being hurt. Now, think of your own life. Maybe you're not fighting with armor and swords, but you have your own battles every day. Sometimes people say things that sting, like calling you names or laughing at your mistakes. Sometimes a day just goes wrong, a friend ignores you, you lose something important, or you try your best and still don't win. These things hurt, and if you don't protect yourself, they can make you feel sad or angry. But what if you had your own secret shield? That shield is your mind. You see, you can't always stop people from being mean or life from being tough, but you can decide what gets inside your heart and what bounces off your shield. If someone calls you a mean name, you can choose to let it slide right off. Imagine the words hitting your shield and falling to the ground, powerless. You can remind yourself, what they say about me doesn't decide who I am. Only I get to decide that. Each time you choose to use your shield, you show everyone, including yourself, that you are in control of how you feel. This doesn't mean it's easy. The first few times, it might be hard to hold up your shield. You might want to yell back, or you might feel hurt inside. But with practice, your shield grows stronger. Every day, you have small choices to make. Will you let someone's words ruin your day? Or will you hold up your shield and keep moving forward? With each choice, you become tougher and braver. It's like lifting a weight. Your muscles get bigger the more you practice. Here's another secret. When you protect your mind with your shield, people notice. Maybe you have a classmate who always tries to make you upset. One day, instead of getting angry, you smile and walk away. Suddenly, they don't have power over you anymore. They might even stop trying to bother you. Other friends might start to look up to you, wondering how you stay so calm. And there's even more. Using your shield doesn't just protect you from the outside. It also helps you with your own thoughts. Sometimes you might feel bad about yourself for no reason. Maybe you think, I'm not good enough, or I always mess up. When that happens, imagine your shield again. Let those thoughts bounce off. Tell yourself, I am trying my best, I am strong, I am learning every day. Your shield can help you fight the things inside your mind, too. Over time, you'll notice something amazing. The things that used to hurt you or make you angry now feel small. Problems become easier to handle. You walk through life with your head held high, ready for anything. Your mind becomes the strongest part of you, a shield no one can break. When storms come, you don't hide. You stand tall. You become truly unbothered by everything around you because you know you have the secret shield that nothing can break. That's how real strength is built, one choice, one day, one shield at a time. Don't let shadows scare you. Problems can look huge, like big, scary shadows in the night. Sometimes, the more we think about them, the bigger they seem. Shadows can fill our minds and make everything feel worse than it really is. Maybe you know the feeling. You are lying in bed. The room is dark, and you see a strange shape on the wall. Your mind starts to race. Is it a monster? Is it something bad? You feel your heart beating fast, but then someone turns on the light, and you see it's just a coat hanging on a chair. It's nothing at all. That's how worries work, too. When something goes wrong, it can seem huge and scary in your mind. Maybe someone laughs at you at school, or you make a mistake in front of your friends. You feel embarrassed, and the more you think about it, the bigger the problem grows. The more you replay it in your mind, the more it hurts. It starts as a small shadow, but soon it feels like it's all you can see. Sometimes you worry about something before it even happens. Maybe you have a test coming up, or you have to speak in front of a class. You start thinking, what if I mess up? What if I forget what to say? What if people laugh at me? These what-ifs are like shadows, growing and growing, filling up the whole room in your mind. You start to feel small. You start to feel afraid. But if you look closely, most shadows aren't as dangerous as they look. They are just shapes made bigger by our fears and thoughts. Shadows can't hurt you. They can't touch you. They only seem scary if you let them stay in your mind. The moment you decide to face the shadow, it often disappears. A wise person once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you think about it that matters." That means you have a choice. You can let problems grow in your mind, or you can shrink them down. Imagine your worries as shadows on the wall. You get to decide if you will let those shadows grow, or if you will turn on the light and see what's really there. Let's say you trip and fall in the hallway at school. You feel your face get hot and you hear some kids laugh. In that moment, it feels terrible. The problem feels huge, like a giant shadow right in front of you. You might think, everyone saw me. They'll never forget this. I'll always be the one who fell. You play it over and over in your head, and each time the shadow gets bigger. But what if you stop and take a breath? What if you ask yourself, is this really as bad as I think? Maybe some kids laughed, but most people probably forgot about it a minute later. Maybe someone else fell last week, and you hardly remember. What if you laughed at yourself, stood up, and kept going? Soon the shadow fades away. It was never as scary as it seemed in your mind. The next time something feels too big to handle, stop and take a breath. Ask yourself, is this really as bad as I think? Sometimes just stopping to think helps the shadow get smaller. You remember that problems come and go. Shadows come and go too. What matters is not the shadow itself, but how you walk through it. Worries can feel like shadows that follow you everywhere. Sometimes they show up as mean words someone says. Other times they come as mistakes you made or things you wish you could change. You might feel like the worry is stuck to you, but every small step you take, every time you choose to face your worry instead of running away, you learn that you're braver and stronger than any worry that tries to follow you. You might wonder, but what if the problem is real? Some problems are real. Maybe you did get a bad grade. Maybe you did lose something important. But even then, the shadow can only scare you if you let it live in your mind. You can decide what happens next. You can ask for help. You can try again. You can learn from what happened and get better. The shadow gets smaller each time you take a step forward. Think about the last time you worried about something that never happened. Maybe you were scared of going to the doctor, or you were nervous about a new place. When it was over, you realized it wasn't so bad. The shadow faded, and you felt proud of yourself. Most worries are like that. They seem huge until you face them. Then, you see, they are just shadows on the wall. If you ever feel trapped by a worry or a problem, try telling someone you trust. Sometimes, saying your worry out loud makes the shadow shrink. It loses its power. Your friends, family, or teachers can help you see the problem in a new way. You don't have to face shadows alone. There are also shadows inside your own thoughts, mean things you say to yourself, like, I'm not good enough, or I always mess up. These thoughts are just shadows, too. You don't have to believe them. Try talking back to them. That's not true. I am learning. I am trying my best. When you do that, you turn on the light in your mind and the shadows get smaller. Each day, you will meet new shadows. Some days, the shadows will seem bigger than you. But if you remember to pause, take a breath, and look closely, you'll see that you can walk past them. You are braver than you think. With every small step, you get stronger. The shadows can't touch you if you don't let them. Problems come and go. Worries grow and shrink. But you have the power to choose what happens next. Don't let shadows scare you. Keep walking, keep trying, and keep turning on the light. In time, you will see you are stronger than any shadow that tries to stand in your way. The power of calm when things get loud. When trouble starts, most people react quickly. The room fills with noise. Voices rise, feet stomp, and hands wave in the air. Some people yell. Some people argue. Some just look upset or rush to fix things right away. Trouble has a way of making people act fast, and sometimes those fast reactions make everything feel worse. But there is power in being calm when others are not. There is real strength in choosing not to add to the noise, not to join in the shouting or the rush. Calm is like a special superpower, but it is quiet and easy to miss. Most people look for big, fast answers, but calm waits, calm thinks, calm stays steady. Think about a quiet lake on a windy day. The wind might blow hard, making the surface of the water ripple and dance. There might be waves or splashes at the top. But deep down, at the bottom of the lake, the water does not move. It is still. It is peaceful. No matter how wild things get on the outside, the inside stays the same. You can be that lake. You can let the world swirl around you, but stay still and calm deep inside. When people say mean things or when plans fall apart, you don't have to react. You might feel your heart beat faster. You might feel a burst of anger or sadness, but you don't have to act right away. You can pause. You can take a breath. You can let your feelings be there for a moment without doing anything about them. Then, when you are ready, you can think before you act. This is not easy, but it shows real strength. Others might expect you to get angry or lose control. If someone shouts at you, they might want you to shout back. If something goes wrong, they might expect you to panic or blame someone else. But if you stay calm, you surprise them. Your calm is like a shield. It protects you from being pulled into their storm. It also helps you make better choices because you're not letting feelings take over. Being calm is like pressing pause on your emotions so you can think clearly. It is like finding the quiet button when everything around you is loud. When you press pause, you give yourself time to notice what you feel, but also to ask, what should I do next? You might decide not to say anything at all. You might decide to listen. You might find a kind answer, or simply walk away. When you wait instead of rushing, you often find a wiser way forward. Over time, people will respect you for it. At first, they might be confused or even tease you for not joining in the noise. But the more you practice being calm, the more they will notice. They will see that you are steady, even when the world is not. They will wonder how you keep your cool when others lose theirs. They might even come to you for help when they feel upset or scared. That is a quiet power most never learn. When you practice this skill, you find that most things don't need a reaction at all. Someone may try to get you angry, but if you do not react, their power over you fades away. Plans might change, but if you stay calm, you find a new way forward. Many problems solve themselves if you wait, watch, and listen first. You become the strong, steady center in a world that never stops spinning. Here's how you can start practicing calm. First, notice your feelings. Trouble will always bring up feelings, anger, fear, worry, or sadness. These are normal. Don't try to push them away or pretend they don't exist. Instead, let yourself feel them. Say to yourself, I feel upset right now, but I don't have to act on it. This helps you remember that you are in control of what you do next. Second, use your breath. When things get loud, your breath can be your anchor. Take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Then breathe out even slower. Repeat this a few times. It calms your body and gives your mind a break. With each breath, you remind yourself, I can handle this. I am calm. Third, pause before you speak or act. If someone says something mean or unfair, count to 5 in your head before you answer. If plans go wrong, wait before you complain or blame. This small pause can make a big difference. It is the space where calm lives. Fourth, remember that calm is a choice, not a feeling. You do not have to wait until you feel calm to act calm. Sometimes, just acting calm helps your feelings catch up. Stand tall, keep your voice quiet, move slowly. These actions send a message to your brain and to everyone around you. I am in control. I am calm. Fifth, forgive yourself if you forget. Everyone loses their cool sometimes. If you shout, argue, or act in a rush, notice it and then start again. Every moment is a new chance to be the calm in the storm. There are many places you can practice being calm. You can practice at home when your siblings fight or your parents are stressed. You can practice at school when your classmates argue or when you feel nervous before a test. You can practice with friends when you disagree about what to play or do. Each time you choose calm, you get stronger at it. One day, you might be the only calm person in the room. It might feel lonely or strange. But remember, the quiet lake is beautiful because it does not try to be like the storm. Its stillness makes it special. In a loud world, calm is rare, and rare things are valuable. When you are calm, you help others too. Your friends or family might start to follow your example. They might pause, breathe, and think, just because you showed them how. Calm can spread from one person to another, making the world a little quieter, a little kinder, a little easier to live in. So, next time trouble starts, remember the power of calm. When everyone else reacts quickly, you can pause. When people yell, you can listen. When things get loud, you can be the quiet lake. You can be the strong, steady center in a world that never stops spinning. Calm is your quiet power, and with practice, it can be yours forever. Don't live for praise or fear. People's opinions. Almost everyone wants to be liked. It's a feeling that starts when we are very young. We want people to clap for us, to smile, to cheer us on. Maybe you draw a picture and hope your teacher will hang it up on the wall. Maybe you score a goal in a game and hope your friends will pat you on the back and tell you how great you did. It feels good when people notice us. It feels good to be seen and to be told we did something well. But what happens when the clapping stops? What about the days when people don't notice? What if, instead of saying nice things, someone says something mean? Maybe someone ignores your picture. Maybe you mess up in the game and someone laughs, or nobody says anything at all. Suddenly, the good feeling disappears, and you might feel sad or worried. You wonder, What did I do wrong? Why aren't they cheering for me? Does this mean I'm not good enough? When you live for praise, you also fear what happens if it stops. You start to depend on other people to tell you how to feel. You wait for someone else to make you happy. But the truth is, people's opinions change all the time. Someone might love what you do one day and not care the next. You can't control what others think. Their thoughts are like clouds, always moving, always changing. If you chase them, you will always feel lost. But there's another way to live. You can decide how much other people's opinions matter to you. You can choose to be your own cheerleader. Try this. Instead of waiting for others to make you feel good, be proud of yourself. Think about the work you put in. Celebrate your own small wins, even if no one else notices. Tell yourself, I did my best, and that's enough. Say it until you believe it. The more you practice, the stronger you'll feel inside. This isn't always easy. Sometimes you might still feel sad if you don't get a compliment or if someone says something mean. But when you build your pride on your own effort and kindness, other people's words have less power. If someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Smile and let it make your day brighter. But don't let it decide your worth. If someone criticizes you, listen only if it helps you grow. Ask yourself, is there something I can learn from this? If yes, take it as a lesson. If not, let the words float away. You don't have to keep every comment. Let the rest go. Imagine you're in class and you answer a tough question. Your teacher nods and says, "Good job. It feels great." But then another day, you try just as hard, but the teacher doesn't notice. Maybe someone else gives the answer, or the teacher is distracted. Does that mean you did worse? No. It just means you didn't get noticed that time. Your effort is still real. You can still feel proud inside, even if no one else says a word. Or think about posting something. You worked hard on a story, a piece of art, a science project. Maybe some people love it and tell you so. Maybe some people say nothing or even criticize you. That doesn't change the fact that you worked hard and created something special. What matters most is what you think about your own effort. That is the part you can control. It's the same with friendship. Sometimes friends will cheer for you, and sometimes they might ignore you or even say things that hurt. If you let every opinion decide how you feel, your happiness will rise and fall like a boat in a storm. But if you hold your own steady, the waves don't bother you as much. You know your own heart. You know you tried, and you know you care. It helps to talk to yourself the way you would talk to a good friend. If a friend came to you feeling sad because no one noticed their hard work, what would you say? You would probably remind them of all the great things they did. You would tell them they matter, no matter what other people say. You deserve to give yourself the same kindness. Be gentle with yourself. Notice your effort. Celebrate your progress. Here's a simple thing you can do. Every night, before bed, think of one thing you did well that day. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you helped someone, learned something new, or finished your homework even when you didn't feel like it. Let yourself feel proud. You can even write it down in a notebook or say it out loud to yourself. Over time, you'll notice that you feel more confident and less worried about what others think. If someone gives you a compliment, accept it with a smile. Let it be a bright spot in your day, but don't hold on to it so tightly that you need it to feel good. If someone says something hurtful, ask yourself, does this help me become better? If yes, use it. If not, let it go. You are in charge of your heart. No one else gets to decide your worth. Remember, your worth does not depend on anyone's approval. It comes from who you are and how you treat yourself and others. The less you worry about what others think, the freer and happier you'll feel. You'll notice that you walk taller, smile more, and try new things without fear. You won't be afraid to be yourself, even if others don't always clap. That's the real secret to being unbothered by the crowd. You can walk through life knowing you are enough. You can face mistakes and criticism without losing your sense of self. You can enjoy praise without depending on it. You can be proud of who you are, just as you are, right now. When you stop living for praise and stop fearing what others might think, you become truly free. The world gets quieter. Your mind feels lighter. And you find a happiness that no one else can take away. That is the power of living for yourself, and it's a gift you can give yourself every day. Criticism is just noise. Don't let it get inside. No matter what you do, someone will have something to say. This is true everywhere in school, at home, on the playground, even with people you've never met. The world is full of voices, and many of those voices will have opinions about what you do, how you look, or how you act. Some of those comments will be kind, some will be helpful, but others will just try to hurt you or make you doubt yourself. It's important to know the difference. Imagine you are building a sandcastle on the beach. You work hard, shaping towers and digging moats. The sun is warm, and the ocean waves sound peaceful in the background. Some people walk by and say, "Great job! That castle looks amazing." Those words make you smile. They fill you with pride. You feel glad you spent the time making something special. But then someone else stops and says, "That looks silly." Or maybe they laugh and walk away. Suddenly, that good feeling starts to fade. You wonder if you should just knock your castle down and leave. If you listen to every voice, you'll never finish your castle. If you let every opinion matter, you'll never get to enjoy what you made. You'll be pulled in 100 different directions, never sure if what you're doing is right. Instead, listen only to those who want to help you grow. There will always be people who cheer you on, people who want the best for you. Maybe it's a parent, a teacher, a good friend, or even someone you just met who is kind. If someone gives you advice that makes sense, like try making the towers a little taller, or that moat will be even better if you dig it deeper, then use it. That kind of criticism is meant to help, not hurt. But if someone just says, "That's dumb," or "You'll never finish," or anything that makes you feel small without giving away to get better, let it blow away like leaves in the wind. Those words are just noise. They do not have to live in your heart. You can hear them, notice them, and then let them go. Just like the wind blows leaves off a tree and carries them far away, you can let mean words drift out of your mind. Don't let mean words settle in your heart. You are the gatekeeper of your own mind. That means you get to decide what comes in and what stays out. Imagine your heart is a house, and you're standing at the door. When someone knocks, you can ask, "Are you bringing something helpful or just making noise?" If it's not helpful, you don't have to let it inside. You can keep your house clean and peaceful. Sometimes people say hurtful things because they are sad or angry themselves. Maybe someone had a bad day and takes it out on you. Maybe they are jealous of what you made. Or maybe they wish they could build a castle as nice as yours. Their words do not define you. Just because someone says something mean doesn't make it true. Remember, only you get to decide who you are. You can always choose kindness and keep building. You have the power to keep your peace. This is something you can practice every day. The more you practice letting go of useless criticism, the stronger you become. It gets easier over time. The first few times you hear something mean, it might feel like a punch in the stomach. But as you learn to notice which words are just noise, you start to feel stronger inside. Your confidence grows, and little by little, you stop caring about the noise around you. Sometimes, criticism will sneak into your mind when you least expect it. You might be happy about something you did, and then suddenly remember someone's mean words. If that happens, try to pause and remind yourself, that was just noise. I know what's true about me. I did my best. You can even imagine blowing those words away with a deep breath, like you're blowing out birthday candles. Let the words float away, out of your mind and out of your heart. It's also important to remember that not all criticism is bad. Some people will tell you things you need to hear, even if it's not easy. If a teacher tells you to check your math, or a coach asks you to practice more, they are helping you grow. Helpful criticism comes with care and a way to improve. It might feel hard to hear at first, but it makes you better in the end. That's the kind of advice you want to welcome into your heart. But for all the other noise, mean words, teasing, or comments that make you doubt yourself without giving a way to get better, you can let those go. You don't have to argue or fight back. You don't have to change who you are just because someone else doesn't understand. You can keep building your sandcastle, your dream, your happiness, without letting outside voices stop you. The more you focus on what matters, your effort, your kindness, your true friends, the less space there is for noise. You'll notice that you feel lighter and happier. You'll feel more free to try new things, to make mistakes, and to keep going. When you stop caring about the noise, you open up room for the good things to come in. Every day, you get to choose what you let inside. Every day, you can remind yourself, not all voices deserve my attention. Only what helps me grow, only what makes me better, is welcome in my heart. That is the secret to keeping your peace. Remember, criticism is just noise. Don't let it get inside. You are the gatekeeper. You are strong, and only what truly matters gets your attention. Keep building, keep growing, and let the rest blow away. That's how you become unbothered, no matter what the world says. Staying strong when things go wrong. Hard times happen to everyone. That's something many people don't talk about, but it's true. There's not a single person in the world who gets only sunny days, easy wins, and happy endings. No matter who you are, no matter where you live, life will bring storms your way. Sometimes you can see the trouble coming, but a lot of the time it appears when you least expect it. Maybe you worked hard on something, and it didn't turn out right. Maybe you lost something important. Maybe someone you trusted broke a promise or let you down. Maybe you did your very best and still fell short. When these things happen, it's easy to get upset. It's easy to feel like giving up, to want to hide, or even to cry. All those feelings are okay. But there's a secret about strong people that everyone can learn. The strongest people are the ones who keep going, even when it's hard. Think of a big tree in a storm. When the sky is clear and the sun is shining, the tree just stands there, tall and peaceful. But when the storm comes, the wind blows hard, bending the tree's branches, making the leaves whip and dance. Sometimes the rain falls so heavy it feels like it might never stop. The tree could snap, or lose some leaves, or get hit by lightning. But what does the tree do? The tree stands tall. It does not run away. It does not yell at the storm or beg for the rain to stop. It stays rooted in the ground, holding on, waiting for the storm to pass. The tree is strong not because it never faces a storm, but because it faces every storm and keeps standing. That's how you can be, too. The secret to real strength is to be ready for storms, even when the sky is clear. Don't expect everything to go your way. Don't think you are the only one with problems, or that you're weak because you feel sad, scared, or angry when things go wrong. Everyone feels those things. Even the bravest heroes, the kindest friends, the smartest students, everyone meets tough times. If you know that storms will come, they won't surprise you as much. You'll be ready when they arrive. So what does it mean to be ready? It means knowing deep down that you can handle it. When trouble shows up, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself, I have been through tough times before, and I got stronger every time. Maybe it was a time you lost a game, or got a bad grade, or had an argument with someone you love. You felt terrible then, but you made it through. You learned something. You grew up a little more. Each problem is like a small storm, and every time you stand tall, you prove to yourself that you are tougher than any storm. Think about a time something went wrong for you. Maybe you failed a test even though you studied. Maybe your pet got lost, or a friend stopped talking to you. It hurt. You might have cried or felt angry. But you didn't disappear. You are still here. You woke up the next day. You went on with your life. You carried the lesson with you. Maybe you studied harder next time, or took better care of your things, or learned to choose kinder friends. That's the lesson the storm gave you. Problems do not last forever, but the lessons you learn from them do. That's what makes you strong. You are not just someone who survives the storm, you are someone who learns from it. With each storm, your roots grow deeper, just like the tree. You learn to bend, but not break. You learn to trust yourself even when the wind is howling and the rain is falling all around you. Sometimes it feels like you're the only one having a hard time. It can seem like everyone else is smiling, laughing, and getting everything they want. But remember, everyone faces storms. Most people just hide them or try to pretend they don't exist. You don't have to pretend. You can be honest about how you feel, but you don't have to let those feelings stop you. Here's how you can practice staying strong when things go wrong. First, notice your feelings. If you're sad, mad, or scared, that's okay. Feel your feelings, but don't let them be the boss of you. You can say to yourself, I feel sad right now, but I know this feeling will pass. Second, take care of yourself. When you're in a storm, it's easy to forget to eat, sleep, or even smile. Make time for things that help you feel better, a walk outside, talking to someone you trust, doing something creative, or just taking a deep breath. Your body needs kindness when life gets tough. Third, remember the times you made it through before. Make a list if it helps. Write down, I lost my favorite toy, but I found a new one I liked. I failed a test, but I tried again. I had a fight with my friend, but we made up. Those moments are your proof. You already know how to survive storms. Fourth, don't be afraid to ask for help. Even the tallest trees stand with other trees nearby. Reach out to your family, teachers, or friends. Sometimes, just saying how you feel makes the storm a little less scary. Fifth, keep your eyes on what you can control. You can't always stop the rain or the wind, but you can control what you do next. You can try again, say sorry, or just wait for the storm to pass. Last, believe in yourself. Every storm you face makes you stronger for the next one. Each time you go through a hard moment without falling apart, you're building your roots. You're teaching yourself, I can do hard things. Life will always have storms. You can't stop them from coming, but you can choose how you meet them. You can bend, but you don't have to break. When the sky clears and the sun shines again, you will stand a little taller. You'll know you're strong, not because you never faced trouble, but because you faced it and kept going. So, when things go wrong, remember the tree in the storm. Take a deep breath, stand tall, and remind yourself, I can handle this. I am stronger than any storm. That's what staying strong is all about, and that's a power you'll carry with you always. Let go of what you can't control. Many people waste time worrying about things they cannot change. It's something that happens to almost everyone, even when they know it doesn't help. Maybe you wish someone would act differently. You want a friend to be kinder, or a classmate to stop making fun of you. Maybe you wish your teacher hadn't given a pop quiz, or you want your team to win even when the game is over. Maybe you even replay old moments in your head, something you said, something you did, or something you wish had gone another way. The truth is, holding on to these wishes only makes you unhappy. The more you try to change things that are already done, or people who don't want to change, the heavier you feel inside. There's a better way to live. You can focus on what you can control, your actions, your words, your attitude. This is the part of life where you are the boss. It might not seem like much at first, but it's actually a lot. When you spend your energy on the things you can change, you start to feel lighter, happier, and more powerful. Imagine you're carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock stands for something you wish you could control, but can't. Maybe one rock is a friend who ignores you. Another is a mistake you made last month. Another is something embarrassing that happened in front of your whole class. Each rock adds weight to your back. You keep walking, and your shoulders hurt. Your legs get tired. You want to drop the whole thing, but you don't know how. Now imagine you stop for a minute. You open your backpack and look inside. You ask yourself, is this something I can change? You pick up the rock that stands for your friend's behavior. Can you force them to be nicer? No. You can ask them, you can show kindness, but you can't change what they decide to do. You take that rock out and set it by the road. Next, you find the rock for the quiz. That's already over. Can you go back in time and change it? No. But you can study for next time. You leave that rock behind, too. With every rock you let go, your backpack gets lighter. Walking forward feels easier. Try this the next time you are worried. When you notice your mind spinning with what ifs or I wish, pause. Ask yourself, is this something I can change? If the answer is yes, do something about it. Maybe you can talk to a teacher, practice a skill, or say sorry if you hurt someone's feelings. Taking action makes you feel strong and gives you a way forward. If the answer is no, take a deep breath and move forward. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to accept that you don't have control over everything. Letting go is not the same as giving up. It's about being smart with your energy. Why carry extra weight you don't need? Save your strength for things that matter. Some people think letting go means you don't care anymore. But that's not true. Letting go is actually caring about yourself. It's understanding that you only have so much time and so much energy each day. Why spend it on things that never change? When you stop trying to control everything, you find more peace and you feel less bothered by the world. Here's a story. Imagine a girl named Mia. Mia wanted everyone in her class to like her. When someone didn't, she tried even harder to make them happy. She changed the way she talked, what she wore, even the game she played. No matter what she did, there was always someone who was annoyed, or someone who didn't notice her efforts. Mia felt tired and sad all the time. One day, her mom noticed and asked, "Why are you so worn out?" Mia answered, "I just want everyone to like me, but I can't make it happen," her mom said. "You can't control how people feel, but you can choose to be kind, to be yourself, and to be proud of who you are." That night, Mia thought about her backpack full of rocks. She imagined letting go of all the things she couldn't change. The next day, she felt lighter. She smiled more, even if not everyone smiled back. Letting go of what you can't control is not something you do once. It's something you practice every day. Sometimes a worry comes back. That's okay. Notice it and let it go again. Each time you do, you make more space inside yourself for happiness, for laughter, and for the things you love to do. Try writing down things you can control and things you can't. Put one list on a piece of paper and the other in your imagination. The things you can't control, other people's feelings, the past, the weather, winning or losing, imagine putting those in a balloon and letting them float away. The things you can control, your kindness, your effort, your words, how you react, keep those close, like a favorite book or a lucky charm. That's where your power is. Remember, everyone has days when they want to change the world with their thoughts alone. But you don't have to fix everything. You just have to take care of your part. Each time you let go of what you can't control, you become a little braver, a little happier, and a lot stronger. And when you meet other people who are struggling to let go, you can help them too. You can remind them that life feels lighter when we stop carrying so many rocks. You can tell them it's okay to let go. You're not giving up. You're making room for better things. So, the next time you feel weighed down by worries, stop and ask yourself, is this something I can change? If it's not, take a deep breath and move forward with a lighter heart. Letting go is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. When you do, you find peace waiting for you, quiet, gentle, and ready to help you grow. The silent power of saying nothing. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is stay silent. This sounds simple, but it's not always easy. When someone tries to pick a fight with you, or when words get heated, most people talk back. They argue, they shout, or they say things they don't really mean. Maybe you've seen this at school, at home, or even with friends. It's like adding fuel to a fire. The more you talk, the bigger and hotter the argument gets. But you can choose a different way. You can choose not to talk back. You can choose silence. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is one of the oldest and most powerful ways to show strength. When you stay quiet, people notice. They start to wonder what you are thinking. They may even calm down themselves. Your quietness can change the whole mood of a room without you saying a single word. Imagine you're in a room and someone insults you. Maybe they call you a name or say something that stings. Your first feeling might be anger or hurt. You might want to shout back or prove them wrong. But if you answer with anger, things usually get worse. The argument grows. Both people get more upset, and soon nobody wins. But if you stay silent, you stay in control. You give yourself time to think. You show everyone that you are steady and calm. Silence gives you power in many ways. First, it gives you time to think before you speak. When your feelings are hurt or when you're angry, words come out fast. But those fast words can do a lot of damage. You might say something you regret. You might hurt someone else or even make the problem bigger. Silence is like pressing the pause button on a game. It gives you time to decide what your next move should be. Second, silence keeps you from saying things you might regret. Once words leave your mouth, you can't take them back. You can say sorry, but sometimes the words still hurt. By staying quiet, you protect yourself and others. You keep your peace. You don't give away your power just because someone else is trying to upset you. Third, when you stay silent, people respect you more. It shows them that you don't react to every little thing. They see you as calm, steady, and smart. You are like a mountain that does not move, even when the wind blows hard. Other people start to notice this, and they may want to be more like you. Silence can even change what happens around you. When you don't react, sometimes the person who was being mean will stop. They might be surprised that you didn't answer back. They may even feel embarrassed for what they said. Your silence can make them think twice. It gives them a chance to calm down too. It takes practice to use the silent power of saying nothing. The next time you want to shout or argue, pause. Don't answer right away. Count to 5 in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. While you count, take a deep breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Remind yourself that you are in control, not the other person. Sometimes it helps to picture your silence as a shield. When mean words fly at you, your shield keeps them from getting inside your heart. You don't let those words decide who you are. You know your own worth. You stay quiet, and the words just bounce off. You might be surprised at how powerful this makes you feel. You'll see that you don't have to react to everything. Not every argument is worth having. Not every insult needs an answer. Your peace is worth more than any argument. Over time, you will notice that you feel calmer and happier. You will feel proud of yourself for not letting others control your mood. There are many places to practice this silent power. Maybe it's when someone teases you at school, or when you and your sibling are fighting at home. Maybe it's when a friend says something unkind, or when you hear gossip that makes you upset. In all these moments, you have a choice. You can shout back, or you can let your silence speak for you. If you ever feel like your silence means you are weak, remember, it takes more courage to say nothing than to say something mean. Anyone can shout, anyone can argue, but only the strong can hold their tongue and keep their peace. Sometimes, people may not understand at first. They might tease you for not answering, but keep practicing. Sooner or later, they will see your strength. They will notice that you are not bothered by every little thing. They may even start to copy you and try to stay calm and quiet themselves. If you need help, you can talk to someone you trust about how you feel. Sometimes, staying silent in the moment is smart, but you still need to let out your feelings later. You can write them in a journal, talk to a parent, or go for a walk to clear your mind. It's okay to feel upset, but you don't have to let those feelings come out in ways that hurt you or others. Remember, the silent power of saying nothing is a gift you give to yourself. It helps you stay peaceful in a noisy world. It helps you keep control when things get tough. It helps you become the calm, steady, wise person others look up to. So next time someone tries to start an argument or says something mean, pause, count to 5. Let your silence be your answer. You might be surprised at what happens. You'll see how strong you really are, and you'll find that your peace is something no one can take away. That is the silent power of saying nothing, and it's yours to use every single day. Practice every day to stay unbothered. No one is born strong inside. You don't wake up one day and suddenly feel unbothered by the world. Just like you aren't born knowing how to ride a bike or swim across a pool, you aren't born with a mind that can handle every problem without a flinch. Strength inside is something you grow, step by step, a little more every single day. It's like a hidden muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Think about something you learned to do that was hard at first. Maybe you can remember the first time you tried to ride a bike. At the start, it felt almost impossible to keep your balance. Maybe you wobbled from side to side or fell and scraped your knee. It hurt, and for a moment, you thought about quitting. But something inside you said, try again. So you got back up, hands tight on the handlebars, feet on the pedals, and you pushed forward. Every time you fell, you learned a little more about how to stay upright. Every turn, every push, every small victory made you better. Over time, you could ride without even thinking about it. What was once scary became easy, even fun. All that practice turned your fear into confidence. That's exactly how it works with inner strength. Every day is full of small challenges and moments where you can practice being unbothered. Maybe you face a morning where your favorite shirt is in the laundry, and you want to get angry or sulk. Instead, you take a deep breath and pick another shirt. Maybe you walk into class and someone is rude for no reason. You could snap back, but you remember that you don't have to let their words decide your mood. Instead, you shrug it off or walk away. It's not magic, it's practice. Every time you pick calm over anger or patience over worry, you're working out that hidden muscle. You're getting just a bit stronger on the inside. Think about each choice you make as a step up a big, steep mountain. At first, that mountain feels so tall and the steps so heavy. There are days when someone makes fun of you and it stings. Days when you try your best and it still doesn't go right. Days when you feel left out or ignored. It's easy to get upset, to feel like turning back or sitting down. But if you keep taking those small steps, if you keep trying even when it's hard, you'll notice that the path gets easier. Soon, The things that used to bother you don't matter as much anymore. You become steady, like someone walking confidently up a mountain trail, not slipping on every little stone. You might not even notice at first how much you've changed. Then one day, something happens. A friend forgets to invite you to play. A teacher calls on you when you don't know the answer. A sibling takes your things without asking. But instead of getting angry or sad, you find yourself staying cool, handling it without losing your calm. You might be surprised by your own reaction. You might wonder, when did I get so steady? It's because all those days of practice have built something strong inside you. People around you will start to notice, too. They might ask how you stay so calm when things go wrong, or why you don't seem to get rattled like everyone else. They'll see that you have something special, a quiet power, a steady way of handling life. Some might even look up to you and want to learn how you do it. But the truth is, it isn't something you were born with. It's the result of every choice you made to keep going, to breathe, to try again, and to not let little things shake you. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Everyone has bad days. There will be times when you lose your cool, get upset, or say something you regret. That's okay. Making mistakes is part of getting stronger. When it happens, don't be too hard on yourself. Just take a breath, forgive yourself, and try again next time. Remember, even the best bike riders fall sometimes, but they always get back up. As you keep practicing, you'll see that strength inside isn't about being tough on the outside or never feeling anything. It's about choosing how you react. It's about being able to face a problem, feel all your feelings, and then decide what to do next. Every day is a new chance to build this kind of strength. Maybe you choose not to argue back when someone teases you. Maybe you help someone else stay calm when they're upset. Maybe you quietly remind yourself that mistakes don't last forever, but what you learn from them does. Step by step, you become someone who can walk through life with steady feet, no matter how bumpy the road gets. You build a mind that nothing can shake, not because the world gets easier, but because you get stronger. When you reach the top of your mountain and look back, you'll see just how far you've come. All the practice, all the small decisions, all the quiet moments of patience and calm have added up to something powerful inside you. You don't need to wait for a special moment to start. Every day is a chance to practice. Every morning brings new ways to get stronger. There's no finish line, just more steps, more chances, more growth. So keep going. Stay curious. Try again, even when it's hard. Each day, remind yourself that you're building something important, a mind that can face anything, a heart that knows how to stay unbothered. And if you ever doubt it, just remember, even the tallest mountain is climbed one step at a time. Your inner strength is built the same way. Practice every day, and soon you'll see how strong you really are. Our quiet power that nothing can take. In the end, the greatest strength isn't about winning every fight, always being first, or having every single thing in life go your way. Real strength is deeper. It's about how you handle the days that don't turn out right, the moments when things are hard, and the times when the world tries to shake you. True strength is quiet. It lives inside you, even when nobody else can see it. Think about a river that flows through a valley. On the surface, you might see rushing water, rocks, or even a storm. But deep underneath, the river keeps moving, always steady, always going forward. The outside world can be loud and wild, but the river's deep current is calm. You can be like that river. The world may get stormy, but your real strength is the calm you carry deep inside. There will always be people who get upset, who want to argue, or who try to pull you into their storms. Maybe they yell, complain, or do things just to get a reaction from you. Maybe they want you to join their trouble or take their worries as your own. But you know a secret that they don't. You have learned to control your mind. You have learned to pause, to breathe, to stay steady even when everything else feels out of control. This quiet power is not about ignoring life's problems or pretending everything is perfect. Life is never perfect. You will have good days, and you will have days when nothing goes as planned. You might feel frustrated, disappointed, or sad. You might wish you could change things, or that the world would finally leave you alone. But even on those days, your quiet strength is there, ready to help you. When you choose to stay calm instead of getting angry, you show your strength. When you let go of what you can't change, you make room in your heart for peace. When you practice being steady, patient, and kind, you become someone who is truly unbothered by the world. Other people may not understand at first. They may even tease you for not shouting back or not joining the chaos. But inside, you know that your calm is your greatest power. Think about a time when someone tried to make you upset. Maybe they said something mean or did something to annoy you. You felt the urge to answer back, to prove them wrong, or to let your feelings explode. But instead, you remembered your quiet power. You took a breath, stayed silent, or walked away. The storm they tried to start never touched you. You stayed steady, and the trouble passed by. That's real strength, the kind no one can take from you. This power isn't about being perfect. You will still make mistakes. You will have days when you lose your cool or let someone get under your skin. That's part of being human. But every time you practice your quiet strength, you get better at it. Every day, you build the habit of staying calm, letting go, and choosing peace over chaos. People around you will start to notice. Even if they don't say it out loud, they will see that you are steady when others are upset. They will respect you, even if they don't always show it. Some may even come to you for advice when they feel lost. You become like a lighthouse in a storm, shining quietly, helping others find their way. You might think that being strong means always standing alone, but your quiet power can bring people together. When others see you're calm, they may feel safer and try to be calmer themselves. You can spread peace just by showing how to stay steady, even when things go wrong. Sometimes the world will test your strength. You might lose something important, face a problem that seems too big, or meet people who don't understand you. On those days, remember your secret. You have the power to choose how you react. You can let the storm swirl around you, but you don't have to let it inside. You can let others shout, argue, and worry. You can choose peace. Imagine waking up each morning and telling yourself, no matter what happens today, I will stay steady. Even if the world is noisy, even if people are unkind, you can hold on to your calm. You can breathe, smile, and remember that nothing and no one can take away your quiet strength, not unless you let them. That power lives inside you. It is yours to keep. The truth is, life will always bring new battles, big and small. Sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose. But with quiet power, you never really lose, because you never lose yourself. You stay true to who you are. You walk through life knowing you are strong, not because you are the loudest, but because you have learned to be the calmest. Let your strength show in your actions, not your anger. Let your power be seen in the way you move through hard times, not in how much noise you make. That is the gift you carry every day. When you feel nervous, remember your river. When you feel tested, remember your lighthouse. When you feel small, remember how big your quiet power really is. And if you ever forget, just close your eyes and feel the calm inside. It is always there, ready for you. It cannot be taken away. It cannot be broken. It cannot be lost, not by anyone, not by anything. That is your quiet power, and it is the greatest strength you will ever have. So let others live loud and wild, if they choose. You can choose peace. Walk through life with your head high and your heart steady. Your quiet strength will guide you through every storm, every worry, every battle you face. That is what makes you truly unbothered by the world. And that is what will help you win not just once, but every day for the rest of your life.